All right, James Floyd here with Marc Thompson. He is the fabulous voice actor behind a lot of the Random House audio Star Wars books. Marc, tell us first off, how are you enjoying Celebration?
Oh, I'm loving it. I mean, this is kind of a dream come true for me because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So just getting to see all the costumes and the sets and everything has been amazing.
Well, and you just came out of the Random House audio panel, and you talked a little bit about how you get all these different voices that you come up with, and where you pull from. Where do you usually pull a lot of the voices you come up with or get inspired?
A lot of the voices I pull from the text itself, first of all, just like kind of what clues the author gives me about physical characteristics or what alien species they are. I was mentioning in the panel that I go to Wikipedia a lot and look up at any illustrations that might be from the expanded universe. And sometimes I cast just different celebrities or voices that I think might, if I were producing this movie, who would I want to play that role?
All right, and then you just put yourself, I'll just do that voice, and there it happens.
Yeah, I'll have to work on it, but yeah.
All right, well, one of the voices you did in the panel that got a good laugh out of him is when you did Silgal, which is one of your favorites. Why is she one of your favorites?
Well, she's Mon Call, and I think everyone's favorite Mon Call Akbar is so recognizable, and it's just it's fun because when I do it, I have to make the face, so it's like
Master Skywalker, we must get Techley to examine the findings immediately.
like I have to kind of picture myself in the rubber mask, so it's just fun to do, and it's
One of the things that was brought up in the panel was that not only you have to put voices to everyone, but you also want to make sure that when you're doing a large amount of characters in the dialogue, that you have to have certain voices in the room. How do you make sure you get that balance?
A lot of that balance is Kevin, the director, making sure that none of the voices are sounding too similar, especially in conversation. And there's I went to this acting school where they talked about the different resonators, so like your chest voice and your head voice and your the mask, and so a lot of times I'll try to make sure that if I see that certain characters are going to be interacting a lot with each other, I try to make sure that I'm placing them in different resonators or giving them enough of a distinction, whether it's accents or vocal qualities, that when the you all come together for that exposition, it's not going to be confusing as to who's saying what.
Okay, that's wow. I'm kind of blown away. It's like I'd never heard this much, but obviously you're the master at this.
Yeah.
And you did a lot of work in cartoons and animated series before you came into audiobooks.
Yeah.
How is that different? How would you compare them?
Well, with animation, I get to do the different voices, and I just record that voice, and I can kind of put everything into that character. And with the audiobooks, I have to obviously there's many more characters, and they're talking to each other. So it's more of a concentration thing or a rhythm thing, and I had to learn how to, as the narrator, kind of put emotion into the exposition, because I think I got hired because I could do a lot of character voices, but what I didn't know how to do was to make the exposition interesting.
Right,
to
be that narrator and then bring it to life and not just very monotone voice.
Exactly. And Kevin really helped me with that. Like, he kind of coached me through that. And now I feel like I've kind of gotten, over 6 years, I've gotten into a rhythm with it and understand it a little bit more. But he helped me to understand that you've got to put some of the point of view of whatever character is in this scene into the narration, into the exposition. And that kind of helped me say, oh, right, so like if this is a scene where the Sith is kind of in the room, then the narration should be almost from the point of view
it
of
shadows
the Sith.
it a little bit more.
Yeah. So
very cool.
So that helped me a lot, and I owe that to Kevin. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming out.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you for all your excellent talent on all the audiobooks.
Oh, thank you.
And we look forward to hearing more of you.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Thanks, Marc.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.